Hi there, let me take you on a little bit of a thought process journey because I was reading a report today which was made by University of Berkeley, and it was about the labor intensity of different energy sources. And basically what they were trying to do was prove to the industry that renewables were actually job creators. So they have a list where they have a metric. They say, well, they have a metric which is fully employed person 1 year. How much gigawatt hour is produced? How much of those full-time employment jobs do you need to produce a gigawatt hour per year? A gigawatt hour is, I think, I estimated it's enough to keep 330 families warm and cozy in their homes. And I don't know how much different industries cost. It would be really interesting if you took a kilowatt hour price and put that on everything, so you know what the real value is in the real economy, where real people make real stuff. Anyway, but and their argument is, well, listen, nuclear power plants are labor intensive relative to biomass. But not as labor intensive as solar panels, which require 0.87 person a year per gigawatt, and not as labor intensive as solar collectors and stuff like that. So actually these renewables, and coal is very light on labor, and oil, coal and gas, that's what it says here, 0.11. See, so you only need very little people to get all this energy out there. Big surprise, of course. I guess that's changing now, but so their point is renewables are a job creator. And the funny thing is, if you think about that, and you think about the way the economical framework in which that is suggested, you know that it's BS. That there's nobody out there that wants to be a job creator. You know, it's not about the jobs, it's about the cash flow, it's about the money flow, it's about making sure that people consume. So if you want them to consume, you make sure that they have jobs, so they get the feeling that they have the right for the money that they earn, and then they can go out and spend the money on products that you made in your factory. So many jobs these days, in these modern times, are in my eyes, are complete nonsense, or they are simply facilitating the consumption behavior. Because what do these people get rich of? They get not rich of the people and their jobs, they get rich of the consumption of products that they sell from their factories and the cash flow associated with that. That's what it's about for these oil companies. They have this stinking oil and they want to turn it into something fun. So they give it to the Ferrari factory, and Ferrari factory makes Ferraris, and the Lamborghini factories makes Lamborghinis, and Las Vegas makes lots of prostitutes. And then you go, you know, if you have a mind to, you can go there and you can gamble and have fun. And you got something for your oil. But it's not about jobs at all, because the first thing you hear if you enter some kind of company, you know that it's about cutting costs and making sure that everybody is, you know, gotten rid of as fast as possible. That's unnecessary, and that everything is streamlined and reduced, and etc. You know, Six Sigma from A to Z. So although the economical rhetoric and the political rhetoric is always about the jobs being created in the renewables energy or in the fossil fuel energy, and they're being lost, and now we're not going to do mountaintop mining anymore, so that will cost 55 jobs, and it's horrible. That's all BS. But so these scientists, they went to the trouble to prove that renewables are more labor intensive, and they won. So renewables create more jobs than fossil fuel, so you should go for renewables. But there's something else going on, which is amazing, really. Which is the fact that it makes very clear that we're entering a new era. One different from the era before fossil fuel and coal, which was very labor intensive and very hard and low tech. People had to work really hard. They had to use their physical body in order to get things done. And then you had the fossil fuel era, which is now drawing to an end, to use nice language, which meant that basically the manufacturers decided that the consumers would have to be consumers and produce nothing. And the more of those type of people you can generate, the better. And then you have to make them aggressive consumers. So they big barbecues and lots of beef and lots of corn syrup and BS SUVs, stuff like that. And so you can make that. And the only thing you have to do is make sure that the banks keep providing you with the money so you can buy the fuel to build it. And just live that large-ass life. But there's a problem with that. It depletes all the resources, it kills the planet, and it makes basically the next stage that we're now entering, the longevity of it is questionable. But the nature of it is interesting, I think. And why is it interesting? Well, because suddenly you can have the society that we have right now simply by getting a number of persons per 100. And there are not many, because if you have wind energy, you have 0.17 person per year to take care of 330 families. So that's almost 20. So one person can take care of the energy needs of 1,500 families. So one person has to work, and he takes care of the energy needs of 1,500 families. That's what it takes. It doesn't take money, it takes work. Somebody has to do that. It's only when there's bank and rent seekers on top of it, who you can all get rid of. And who you will get rid of eventually, because that energy generated is money. So you basically can always pay off the rent seekers with your energy supply. There's one guy that goes out in the morning from his home and he provides the energy, and the 1,500 other people, they don't have to pay for their energy anymore. That's the way it really is. Of course, if the bankers get in between again, and they can have the life that they have right now. And the same goes for manufacturing. So you can have factories making fertilizer, bread, all the stuff that we need, just like they're doing right now. But the only thing it requires is one person going out, working, and making it happen. That's different from one person with another army of other persons, having to look around the earth, study geology, find a dangerous place in Nigeria, kill all the Negroes or the sort of Nigerians there who are very aggressive, or bribe them and working that, get sick, destitute. I've been in those places. Sometimes it's horrible life for people that work there. It's really backward, and do all that stuff. And no, basically, if Europe would want to, or if America would want to, they could, close the whole continent, provide their own energy because they have plenty of sunshine and plenty of wind, and live a wealthy life. No. And you won't even need the whole Keynesian economics, because you have plenty of energy, you don't have to distribute it, etc. The only thing you need is to make sure that the installations get built, of course, so that requires resources, and then you have to have the people that do the job. That's such a, I mean, why is this worth a video? It's completely different from the situation right now, because the whole money flow will be different, and I already made videos about that, I believe, 2 years ago. If you go to a renewable society, because the guy that manages, let's say, the guy that manages the wind turbine in your street, or for the 1,500 people that live in your city, well, he'll live not far away, and the energy won't be transported miles away. And if somebody, it's close, it's local. So, and how much power can he have? Well, he can switch it on and off, and you know where to find him. You know exactly where he lives, basically. Or you can find his company. They cannot exert too much power because it's too small, and it's too democratized that way, because everybody knows. Okay, that's our windmill, that's our biomass plant, that's our geothermal plant, there's our wave energy plant, there's our solar panels. They're our own. We paid for them. They're paid off, and we live. And that's it. I actually started making videos tonight wanted to talk about the fact that there's no solutions being provided by anybody, but everybody is lamenting the turd in the garden, as I always say. Like, there's a turd in the garden, everybody goes like, oh, dog, made a turd. That's horrible, and they call the neighbors and they scream and shout and they go on Twitter and there's turd. Clean it up. Then there's no turd in the garden and you don't have to waste your time talking about it. That's the same with the whole economical situation right now. What this study of Berkeley proves is that in the new society that we can achieve if we simply make it happen, if we simply tell the banks and oil companies, fuck off, give us the renewables right now, provide us with the energy, or we'll not provide you with anything that you want. That society is actually completely possible. So, good news, I think. Thanks for listening.